Hello YouTubers, Manny here from Manny's How To Workshop with another video on building a 2-brick pier for a Craftsman tapered column. So this is the project I'm doing at the same house where I did the 2 smaller brick piers in the back of the house, and they decided that they wanted to go ahead and make one up front, and they got a small porch leading into the house. So on this corner right here, where there was a support column or pier, there was actually a concrete block pier or column, because they went from the ground, from the floor to the top, and it didn't have this 4x6 support post inside of it, because when I took it down, the column wasn't even supporting that part of that roof structure right there, that other 4x6 beam that goes all the way across. So this is how you're supposed to do it: is go ahead and put yourself a support post like this. This one here is actually a 4x6, is actually like 3 5/8 by 5 5/8. Dimensions going this way and this way right here. So as you can see, this is the long way going this way right there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to build it out to where it's going to come out to the same dimension as this way right here. That way the post is actually centered on the pier. As you can see, there's a little gap here and there's a bigger gap here. So when I add the other part in there, it's going to have about the same gap all the way around, because this pier is not square. Even though they call it a two brick pier, even though these bricks are not the standard brick like these are 4x8 exactly. These bricks are 2 3/4 by 7.5, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see, yeah, it's like 2 3/4 by 7.5. So this pier ended up being, well, I chose to make it 16, as you can see, 16 this way, and this way ends up being like 14.5. Okay, you can see right there. Yep, 14.5, because this way, in this dimension, you can get 2 full bricks, like in this course right here. Okay, that's 2 full bricks right there with the typical joint, 3/8 to a 1/2 inch joint right there. That's what they wanted. They wanted the old style, like weathered, been around for a while. This hazing right here, that's just from the mortar, like drying on there. Eventually I'm going to come back when it's all cured and wash it down so that it looks like this, like that right there. Yesterday we had some heavy downpours and I had to cover this with the plastic bags, so it kept this moist, and today I had to come back and clean off some of the edges, but that's why it's looking like that. But anyway, so yeah, even though this is a 2-brick pier going this way, which gives you 16 inches, if you try to do the same thing on this side and go 2 bricks, it won't work. You can get a full brick, and then this is a partial brick. Because if you went 2 full bricks this way, then it would be, well, it would be closer to 18 rather than 16, even though this way is 16. I mean, technically, yeah, I suppose I could have tried to make it 16 by 16, but if you see here, I'm only getting 14.5, right? Another 1.5 inches of brick plus a joint would be about 2 inches, more or less. Yeah. So, but anyway, this is what it's gonna, it's gonna look like. And like I said, it's good size right there, because this opening is only so wide, so you don't want to go any bigger than that. Because the original concrete block column was 16 by 16. As you know, concrete blocks are 8 by 16, plus the little 3/8 for the mortar joint. But typically they say that's more like an 18 by 18, but I don't know about that. So as you can see on one of the courses, this top course, let me see, maybe I can get a better shot from the other side. Me looking at it anyway, can't see the light. Okay, here you can see it better. So every other course I had, cut a little partial in order to still get my 16. Yeah, in order to get the 16 on this course right here, you get 2 bricks going that way, this way, and then 1 full this way, and then you get the little partial, which is the cut brick. So on the leftover piece goes on the opposite side over there, okay? So that you can see how it just follows the same pattern, right? All the way up and down like that, and all the way around. So, and then in calculating, what do you call it? How many rows of bricks I'm gonna need? So basically, the Craftsman Tapered column is 56 inches tall. So you subtract that from the height of this. From the top, right here, top of the post to the floor is 8 feet. Okay, so 56, 96 minus 56, that's 40 inches. Okay, so 40 inches, then I got to subtract an inch and a half for the thickness of the wood cap that's going to go around. After I get to the top course, I'm going to put a wood cap around first, and then come back and put the tapered column on top of that. Provides me a screwing surface or a securing surface for it. And it gives a nice look as well, because the cap that I'm going to put is going to overhang about 3/4 of an inch over the edge of the brick, all the way around. I'm going to make it out of pressure treated 2x6s, with 45 miters, and it's going to look real nice. And like I said, once the Craftsman column sits on top, it comes with its own trim, nice colonial looking trim, I think they call it. But and you guys will see that, because I'll do a second part to this when I'm installing that and it's finished. All right, so like I said, this is the brick that I'm using right here. These are my pre-cuts of the pieces I was telling you about. So here's the small piece right there that I have to cut for those, and then there's the big piece right here, the leftover big piece. And it all works out, like I said, dimension-wise, it fits right in there, fits nice. But so I pre-cut this with my grinder, with a stone, with like a masonry bit, or you can cut stone, you can cut concrete or whatever. Usually not diamond. Sometimes they are diamond, but sometimes they're not. But anyway, so yep. And these are everything I got from Lowe's. But as you can see, like I said, it's coming along. Oh, and then I chose to, about every 5th course, I'm tying in the whole pier to this column with straps that are specifically made for this. Basically, you screw it on there, you bend it down, and it sits right on top of there. And then you go ahead and put the mortar on top. So it basically ties it in. It's the same thing if you're doing a brick wall up against the house or something like that in the front, where you got wood and you tie it into the wall so it doesn't pull away, obviously. But this is all locked in. It's just an added measure. And then in here, when I'm done, as I'm going up, I come back with some gravel and like crushed up brick, block, concrete, and I pour it in there. And then I mix some either some mortar or concrete mix, and I pour it right on top of that to kind of make this thing feel solid when it's all said and done. If you tap on it, it's not gonna sound hollow. Okay, and if they wanted to mount something on here, also provides a place where they can put an anchor, like a concrete anchor in there. All right, but anyway, guys, like I said, this is part 1 of how I'm making this 2x2 brick pier for a tapered Craftsman column PVC that I'm going to be mounting on top of it. That's going to give it a nice decorative look. No other house in the street has it. They're going to be the first ones, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the neighbors are going to be jealous when it's all done and it looks really nice. But oh, just not to go off, but this is what also I'm doing, replacing some stuff here. Over here they had some rock. These are all cedar, 2x10 cedar. Took them out, replaced them here, did the same thing there, replaced the whole piece there already, came back. That trim right there was not there before. They wanted me to match what was in the front of the house, which is right here, this one and that one over there. So they said, hey, can you match it over there? I said, yep, sure can. But anyway, this is my setup right here. Got my music going, got my lunch, water, and thank God today weather's perfect. Yesterday downpour, I got stuck, I had to wait. And oh, before I forgot, so for the mortar mix right here, you want this to be like peanut butter consistency, okay? Because it can, in this low humidity, it can start to dry off pretty quick. But if it starts getting, you know, for mortar, you just want to, like when you run your trowel on it, you just want it to be smooth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to wet this down a little bit because this one doesn't set too fast. So you want it to be peanut butter consistency, and don't make too much. Just make enough that you can get like 1 or 2 rows done, and that'll work out good for you. But as always, guys, please rate, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Give me a like and a share this video if it was helpful to you. And I'll catch you on the next one of part 2 and with an update. Alright, take care. Bye.